Banners, banners, weekly banners, come get your banner. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. 6 weeks getting a new banner per week. And I have to say, the idea of getting a banner per week doesn't need to be bad, although at face value is predatory and is going to be bad, but it doesn't need to be. And I think that's something that Applibot needs to realize. So I think getting banners weekly could actually be good for the game if, one second, if they manage to keep the same level of power during a few weeks, let's say 6, 8 weeks, so that we get the same power week after week, just that it's focus on different units so that we can have more options to play with. Let me explain. So let's say that we get, in last week we got this Thunder weapon that does 940%, and then when some condition is met, 1.2. If we get something similar with similar abilities and similar stats, let's say that the next Yuffie banner give us Thunder and 940% magical lightning damage, then it will be just the same weapon. Maybe they could change the condition, but then the same level of power comes week after week so that you have more options. You could play with Vincent or you can play with Yuffie. And if that's the case, then I think having a banner per week could be good so that we have more options. What do you think? Will you agree with that? I think it's quite controversial and I'm not expecting anyone to agree with that, but that's what I think. I think, for example, if next week we get a new banner and then I think it's going to be Red 13 or Barret or maybe both, and they get the same weapon as Yuffie or as Vincent, I will be happy because I'm going to skip that, but it's options for people that likes those units or that want to spend even more to have those new weapons as secondary weapons. Now let's look into the details and let's see if this theory is going to hold, or if the level of power creep is going to be, or the level of difference between weapons is going to be so big that it doesn't hold. Little Red Wrath, which is funny that we're getting Red 13 in weapons, but Red 13 is not getting any weapon. Okay, at max level, this weapon has 516 physical attack, 684 magical, 219 heal, and then it does 940% magical ice damage. It costs 4 ATBs, and when some condition is met, it does 1.2 extra damage. So at face value, the C ability is really similar to the one with Vincent, the one with Vincent weapon. So if that's the case, then I wouldn't mind getting new banners every week. It's just like, okay, it's targeting a different element, but it's the same power. Now, magical attack 46 points, Ice Potency 39 points. If you remember, the R abilities on Vincent are poorer, they're worst, because the lightning potency is the same, 39, but the magical attack only goes up to 31, if I remember correctly. It also breaks Circle Sigil, which is good to have in a primary weapon. So, really good weapon. It doesn't break the game like Cloud's weapon did, doing like guaranteed damage, and is good for like a secondary if you're building your magical eyes user, or for a primary if you are a Yuffie main or if you use Yuffie normally. So that's good. The outfit looks like really silly, so I think it really fits Yuffie. Red 13 looks really cute here. And the hoodie is quite funny as well. So I really like the outfit. Now, the stats, Eerie Mask, Magical Defense 15%, HP 5% is really good, especially for this ranking event that is happening right now. And Frostblade Arcanum is the classic plus 35%. Although I have to say, Arcanum is not that impressive anymore. That doesn't mean it's bad. Arcanum is really, really good, but it's not as impressive because now we have brands. And with using brands, you can get your weapons to plus 30+%. For example, let me show you something, okay? So let's say this one, Protector Blade. So in my current stat is 934%, right? Because my brands is like 1.3 and 2.5. So it's like 34% extra, which is almost Arcanum. So then that's why I was saying that Arcanum is not as impressive, although it still is extremely good, right? Not being as impressive doesn't mean that it's bad. Okay, so going back to the banner should you put on this banner? Well, I think this is easily skippable. I think it's probably time to skip this banner and to save for the crossover. If you are a whale eager to fight for your place in PvP, I think you have other options as well. Let me show you. So far, I'm in the 6th position because I pulled really hard on Vincent. Now you need to do both challenges, the Red Dragon and the Mole Crawler. And this was my team in this one, in the Red Dragon, right? So I'm using, let me put myself smaller. I'm using the classic Edge Wings and then Shinra Blade to get extra attack. I'm doing like around 940k points. And of course, the key thing is that I'm bringing Citric One that will increase my ice damage and the magical attack of a single ally up to mid, but then it goes up to high. And then I'm bringing Pressure Reach, which does ice resistance decrease high. Okay, and then of course Arc Sword that decreases the magical defense. So, for example, if you play with Yuffie, you could still bring Zack because he has Cutlass that can help you with physical defense down. Well, actually, sorry, Yuffie is magical, so you could bring the same Zack, or you could bring Nanaki, and then Nanaki will pair really well with Sephiroth or with Maggie if you have the Icy Collar, I think it's called. Ivy Collar is called. Ice resistance decrease high if you are in OB6, so that's another option for you. This one doesn't do any frost damage like pressure reach, I think. But that could be the option. So Yuffie could replace Sephiroth if you go hard. Now, how hard do you need to go for that to be true? Well, if we look into the weapon again, so OB6 is 780%. This will give you more damage because of the multiplier, right? When debuff is granted, you're gonna always put a debuff into the target, so you will always do way more than Edge Wings. Although, of course, you wanna max it out, 940, but then at that point you have to invest a lot more just to get like to the top 20 in that part of the event. So I think you can still do it. Like for example, with my team, I did 940k damage. I will probably talk about the strategy in a different video, but in a quick glance, I remove the sigils here, and I'm playing against 6,000%. So I didn't go for the full 800% HP or percentage. So if you do that, that could help you maybe to in your score. So basically, I still can do better by mastering my strategy with this team, and I really don't want to invest in Yuffie. And I did once in the anniversary, and I think that's it. So that's my thinking here. Okay, so is it needed to score high in the ranking event? Well, if you just have Yuffie because you're a newer player or a new whale, it's not enough to just have this weapon at OB10, okay? It's not enough because you also need ice resistance down high. You also need something to buff your magical attack. You also need really good weapons that boost the magical attack of all your party. If you look at my team, I am bringing those kind of things in the sub weapons. So I'm bringing Protector Blade. I am bringing the new weapons, Bahamut Fangs, and of course the White Dog, so that it boosts magical attack to everyone. And I'm bringing a String Guard. So all those things will help you score higher, so that if you have those things, maybe you don't need the new weapon. So ultimately, it's up to you. If you are a Yuffie lover, of course, it's your time to enjoy that she has a banner. So yeah, I would say that's like one of the things to keep in mind. In short, easily skippable. There is probably a crossover around the corner. I think Red 13 and Kate are coming next, or Barret. I'm not sure which one will be the next one. In the horizon, we have another Tifa costume, another Cloud costume coming, and Aerith will come with a costume as well, and ultimate weapons for Aerith. So I really want to save for the newer Aerith banner because if the anniversary one was really good, imagine this one. I don't know. Let's see. Anyhow, so this is it for today. But please let me know, what do you think? Are you gonna pull on this banner? How are you doing on the PvP? Do you like this kind of PvP games with the two? Because they change it, right? Now you need to play the two elements. I used to like it a bit more before when it was just one element, but that's just me. What do you think? Again, thanks a lot for watching, and until the next time, cheerios! Bye bye.